Mike Tomlin, what's going on in Pittsburgh, he deserves Coach of the Year right now. If I had to name a Coach of the Year, I would have to waver between him and Sean McVay. And that's for real. Because here's Antonio Brown throwing a water cooler one week, and Ben Roethlisberger then 2 days later coming out and saying that that's a distraction we don't need after the distraction has somewhat died down, and Antonio Brown's got to apologize, and everybody's feeling the heat because Le'Veon Bell held out, and Le'Veon Bell didn't look the same, and it was about a month or 5 weeks into the season, and Bell wasn't getting going, and Brown's pissed off at Ben Roethlisberger, and James Harrison's a healthy scratch every week, and everyone's wondering if this is the end of the line for him. And then James Harrison is active against the Chiefs and does once again what he's doing, which is getting Eric Fisher's Halloween Wars type nightmare. And now he is balling out with Dupree and T.J. Watt, and that defense has got Joe Hayden in it, and that's the number one ranked defense that's going into Detroit, number one pass defense that's going into Detroit coming off their bye week in a big Sunday night football game. And all while this is happening, while Le'Veon Bell is back and Antonio Brown leads the league in passing, and Big Ben's put a couple of weeks together, so nobody's wondering if he wants to play football anymore, because anytime he struggles, he says something along the lines of, I guess I don't have it anymore, and everyone's wondering if that means anything. All of this is going on in that locker room, and we hardly hear anything about it because they're 5-2. And on top of all that, Martavis Bryant, who comes back from a year-long suspension, starts saying, I want to get traded, even though when he shows up in the locker room, he says something completely different. And now everybody's going to Mike Tomlin and saying, well, what about this kid? While they're winning football games. And his response yesterday was fantastic. I want to play every last second of it for you right now.
He was out of bounds with some of his actions in terms of the things that he said on social media. It will be dealt with appropriately so. That ball's in my court. I haven't visited with him yet. To be quite honest with you, I haven't visited with him yet because I've had bigger fish to fry. The preparation and overall readiness, getting ready for this opportunity, the Detroit Lions really takes precedence. They're coming off of a bye. I'll visit with him at some point. When I do, I'll rain down my judgment and we'll move forward. He's a good guy to work with in the building and has been. We've been very clear about this process of getting reacclimated to us. Not an easy one, but he's worked diligently. I like his approach. But he says some things when he's not around us that are somewhat of a distraction. And I say somewhat because we're having to field questions regarding it, not because it's high on my damn agenda. But because I am fielding questions, it is somewhat of a distraction, so we'll deal with it as such and move on with it.
I mean, just a round of applause for basically saying, I'm in charge, I'm in control. I'll talk to him when I get around to it because I'm the coach of a team, the entire team. We've got a big game coming up. I'll praise him for the work that he has done here that I have seen in the conversations that I've had with him when he is showing up here and what he is saying to me when I'm here and what I'm saying to him and the hard work I see that he's putting in. But when he leaves the building and says this stuff and I got to answer these questions, it's not high on my damn agenda to try and fix it right now. Awesome. All of it. Top to bottom. Steeler fans, I don't get you when you slump and you think this guy needs to go. Are you out of your mind? He is one of the all-time best that I've seen at it, and players run through a wall for him, and he knows how to get things done. Again, that fake punt that happened on Cincinnati, up 12, he's not rubbing it in. He's delegating to the special teams that when you see your shot, take it. And he smiled like the cat that ate the canary because he's delegating, he's coaching, and they're executing. Awesome. Love it. Thumbs up. Plus, two things. We now have 2 new drops on the Rich Eisen Show. Hit it.
I'll rain down my judgment and we'll move forward.
That's going to be great. I can't wait to use that one. And then
because it's high on my damn agenda.
That's when I'll use that one. When it's high on my damn agenda.
I'll rain down my judgment and we'll move forward.
Correct. And speaking of all of this is happening while JuJu Smith-Schuster's bicycle's been stolen. But there's an update on that, is there not?
There is.
Yeah, man.
We're back at 60 seconds with that.
We do have some good news, Rich.
Please.
JuJu Smith-Schuster, you know, his bike had been missing. Antonio Brown was offering 2 tickets to a home game, a reward.
Yep.
He tweeted out this morning, a little after 9 o'clock Pacific time, the bike has been found.
Hey, now.
The bike has been found.
Okay.
So our long national nightmare is
Who
over.
took it? Do we know who took it?
We do not know who took it.
So there's still a mystery involving that?
Yeah.
But JuJu Smith-Schuster's got his bicycle back,
Got his
man,
bike
and that's
back,
not a
so-
metaphor for anything.
So that's good news.
Okay.
So let's get back to the drama now. Martavis Bryant, you talked about it. Well, Big Ben spoke about it today.
He did.
Said, quote, "I'm not going to be a doctor and promise I'm not going to save your life. I'm going to tell him if you're in on the details and we're working together and I trust you're going to be where you're supposed to be and you're there, good things will happen. Yeah. I'm the guy that throws the ball. If you're unhappy about something, come talk to me. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's something we can figure out and make it better."
He's 5-2. His trade value is nothing. He's not going anywhere.
He has one touchdown this year?
He's not going anywhere. But his trade value is nothing because of what's happened in his career. And if he screws up one more time, who's going to hand anything to the Pittsburgh Steelers of note? And why would they trade away Martavis Bryant? Because how many catastrophic injuries have we seen in the NFL this year?
A lot.
Where 1 second your offense is humming, and then the next second your offense is not because some crucial member's gone down, or some minute your offense has been dreadful and you lose every single one of your wide receivers, and then suddenly you go into Denver and win a game. I mean, you can't predict anything in the NFL this year. It is nuts. It is out of control nutty. And friends of mine who look at games in terms of friends.
Yes.
Tell me this year in particular is totally off the rails.
Totally off the rails. Underdogs are outrageously doing very well this year.
Predict anything about anything this year.
Very difficult, yes.
Not that that's how they're going to make a decision in Pittsburgh on Martavis Bryant, but why would they let him go? Why would they trade him for anything?
Especially this week, JuJu Smith-Schuster is in concussion protocol.
Is he really?
Yes.
So I hope they found his helmet, too, with his bike.
Yeah, safety first, guys.
For more Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Rich Eisen Show app.